He forgets, and I quote myself, I'm smarter than the average bear.
The legend goes that a giant creature lurks in Jellystone Park, collecting picnic baskets left unattended by campgoers. Unsuspecting visitors of the park would often find themselves short on food supply when they returned from hiking trails. On rare occasions, they would find their cars completely overturned with the axles ripped from the underbelly. Claw marks would stretch across the length of the RV, spelling out the phrase, "Where's the picnic basket?" And most campgoers would get angry and blame teenagers for the destruction of their properties. But some of them would count themselves lucky for having avoided a direct confrontation with the Yogi Bear. Eyewitness accounts are few and far between, but they all mention a cartoonish hulking hairy creature sporting a green pork pie hat and a matching tie. All the initial reports were understandably dismissed as a hoax. There aren't any photographic evidence of such animal currently residing in Jellystone Park, but they do have a long string of missing persons report dating all the way back to the year 1958. 43 and counting, with no commonality between any of the victims except for the fact that they all packed lightly for the visit, with barely any food. This only added to the legend of the Yogi Bear. Whether or not people believed in this myth, they'd all pack extra food for the trip to the park and leave them outside their tents, just in case. Some would think that a rumor of this magnitude might prove devastating for the park's bottom line, but it only helped to increase their foot traffic over the years. The world is full of weirdos, and many of them have delusions of grandeur. They want to be the first ones to obtain any and all evidence of the existence of the Yogi Bear. They even held Yogi Cons on the campground, and the park was only happy to rake in the cash. That is, until the massacre of 2010 when 11 attendees of the 30th Yogi Con were brutally slaughtered in the middle of the night. Nobody saw what happened, and if they did, they weren't talking. Quite a few number of them remain catatonic to this day, their faces perpetually frozen in terror, the memories physically imprinted on them as a daily reminder of that fateful night. After preliminary investigations, no suspects were apprehended, and the trail eventually went cold. Agent Smith of the FBI went undercover as a ranger to investigate the mystery surrounding the park. He conducted a thorough search of the 2 million acres of land in 4 years and found nothing. But every day, he could not shake the feeling of being watched by something that lurked just beyond his periphery. Every night it felt as if someone was watching him through his bedroom window. He'd find bits of hair and claw marks on his door, but what troubled him the most was the huge pile of poop left on his doorsteps. He took a sample and brought it to a lab to get it tested, but the results were inconclusive. They couldn't identify the creature that might have produced the sample, but they found what appeared to be the remains of a human finger. Agent Smith was appalled. The lab assistant remembered a look of realization touching upon his face. It was as if he knew the significance of the human finger, and she noted that he left in a hurry. And that was the day Agent Smith disappeared without a trace. No resignation letters, no goodbyes, no nothing. There's no record of him having returned to the FBI. He just vanished. Some say that he got too close to the truth and paid the ultimate price. And some say that he took a secret job with the CIA. Nobody can be sure what happened to him exactly. But what we do know is that the series of missing persons cases stopped the day he disappeared. I'm the last slice of pizza, and this has been another episode of Exclusive Faxpose. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more factual, exclusive Faxposes. Have a wonderful, exclusive day.